I'm motherfucking back. Hello, everyone. Hey, hi. Hello. This is awkward. This is awkward. Okay, why is this awkward? Because I haven't uploaded a YouTube video in like a month. Today, I will be doing a makeup video. That's why we're so close. I will explain to you guys why I've been so inactive, not just on YouTube, but on Instagram and on Twitch as well. So let's get right into it. To look like a catfish doll. Let's go. Also, guys, I don't know if you can see it, but I cut my hair off. I have way shorter hair now because, like, low-key, my hair looked like a ratchet, like, rat tail. So I was like, yeah, this needs to go. I cut it off, but it looks better now. So let's get right into it. Let's start with all the skincare products that I'm using as my base. We have the Anua 70% cream, Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra cream, Hawaiian Tropical 50+ FPS, and last but not least, Beauty of Joseon, the eye cream serum. Yeah, oh my god, it feels so weird being back and just like talking into the camera, especially because I haven't done a makeup video in a while. But I have been, as you can see, you see how red my face is. I have not been doing that well. I actually almost died a couple of days ago. Let's not talk about it. Actually, let's talk about it. So a couple of weeks ago, I decided to take a step back from streaming and content creation because for a while now I've been dealing with brain issues, brain headaches, and for a while people really didn't know, like the doctors didn't know what I really had. We were going from, does she have a cyst? Is it a tumor? Is it anything like less invasive? Is it even something that is in the brain? Is it maybe like a nerve on her neck or whatever it could be? And it got to a point where my pain just got so bad that I couldn't see anymore and I could barely hear anymore. Not consistently, but when those attacks would come, I would have issues with that. And it got to a point where I was slowly and only surviving on painkillers, which for people that know me, I have a history with drugs and I used to be drug addicted for about, I don't even know when it was in which year. It was the year when I moved back home for the first time, which was, I think, in 2022, but I could be wrong, in January. I could be wrong though, so don't take me by my word, but it was when I moved to Cologne and I moved back home. I had a very big drug issue, and since then, because that was also connected to painkillers, I've been trying to like stay off of medication as best as I can. So for me to take a step where it was, oh, I'm in such severe pain that I can barely work, function, do anything without painkillers was really hard for me. So I obviously tried getting more information, what I have, because I wanted to get to a point where I didn't have to take painkillers anymore. And then a couple of weeks ago, about 2 months ago, maybe even more, maybe even 3 months ago, I think it was in the beginning of April, I got the information that I have migraines with aura, which I didn't even know what that meant. But yeah, I have migraines severely. I have chronic migraines, which means they have triggers. They come from lifestyle. They can be bettered or worsened by lifestyle choices. For that reason, because I'm obviously in Canada, I needed to go according to the law of what my chances are of what I can do. And really the only choice more so that I had was if I would go through a trial of 3 different ways of medication, and once those 3 either failed you, don't fit your lifestyle, or don't really help, you can look into more invasive things like surgery. So I basically said, let's do it. Let's start with one. And my doctor put me on my first type of medication. Obviously, because I'm in a doctor's office, most doctors here, because I live in Quebec, Montreal, speak only French. I, a lot of times, don't really understand what they're saying because a lot of them aren't that good at speaking English, no tea, no shade, no hate. And usually when I get medication, I do my research at home of like what type of medication it is, what are the side effects, what are the benefits, etc, etc. Especially because I come from Germany, where like you tell them like I have this and this, and they usually are pretty good with like prescribing you good stuff, because getting on harsh medication is really hard in Germany. So over here it's a bit easier. It's actually extremely easy, so I have to do my research just to make sure that I don't take medication that could put me potentially in a position where I'm going to relapse, which I also obviously do not want to happen. So I did my research, yada yada yada, and found out that the medication I was given are opioids. Obviously I cannot take those. So I got to a point where I was like, okay, I got this medication now. I called my doctor. I was like, I cannot take this medication. That's like a potential where I will be put in more harm than it will do me good. I could get addicted to it again. I don't feel like I want to get addicted to painkillers again, but I'm scared that I will roll back on it once I have like the taste of like that pain-free, like airy feeling. So she was like, okay, we have to try new things, whatever. So for a while she did some digging until we found a better solution. Next thing I'm gonna go in is the Tier Mask Fit All Cover Cushion Foundation in 17C porcelain, and afterwards go in with a tart shaped tape in 12N. So after she did some digging, she did some research, and she actually was explained by Dantes in French that I can't have any opioids. We came to the conclusion that I will not be able to be medicated on my migraines, because the only painkillers I was able to take, I already took, and they didn't help me anymore. So I would take them, feel good for like an hour, and then it would hit me like a train wreck, and I would literally feel like I'm losing my mind. So we had like some talks about like some therapy and stuff like that, and we came to the conclusion, by the way, what an insane fucking foundation. We came to the conclusion that the only way for me really to get to a point where I can take care of like my past and not interfere with that, but also take care of the present of being in pain, is lifestyle changes. And a big trigger of mine are lights and sounds. And as you can tell by my setup, I have a very, very bright setup. I have insane amounts of lights. I have 3 big monitors looking at me. I have 2 huge Elgato lights facing the wall, which are like giving up a lot of light. And on top of that, just overall, there's like a lot of light, and the screens do not make it better. So we talked to the lady. We came to the conclusion that I should try working less to see if working less triggers my migraines less, right? So I did that. I was only streaming 2 to 3 hours, maybe twice a week or 3 times a week, and I would realize that the longer days I took off in between, the better I was doing. So I made the decision to take a step back from content creation. Not completely, like I'm obviously this video is coming up, like I'm still doing content. I'm just doing it in my tempo where it doesn't conflict with my health, right? So right now I'm basically on like a low-key healing journey to figure out how this looks for me and how this works with my migraines, if my migraines will get better. And we have obviously thought about like more immersed things, like using Botox for the migraines, etc, etc. But the problem with that is that you cannot get it prescribed over here if you haven't gone through those drug thingies. But because they're opioids, I cannot go through them. So I basically have no other choice but to try the lifestyle thingies if I don't want to take the risk of the opioids. So that's basically what I'm doing right now, and mostly my days really look like just doing house chores. And especially with the heat coming up, I'm like struggling a little bit more with my migraines lately, just because the heat is really hard on my body, but I'm managing. Why my skin is so red and why I said that I died almost a couple of days ago was basically sometimes I have such bad migraines that I will be throwing up. Sometimes my migraines get so bad that my body's just like, shut down, I'm not doing this, bitch, like this is too much right now, and then I will throw up. And the problem was that I ate something with lactose in it, and I'm lactose intolerant. And I always think that I'm stronger. I always think that I'm stronger than the lactose. And that time it was just, I guess, too much for my body. And I had to throw up. And because I just ate, my food came out in chunks. I know, very graphic description, trigger warning. If you can't have that, move forward for like 2 minutes and then the story's over. And yeah, I had to throw up. It was pretty disgusting. And I was choking while I was throwing up. So basically there was no air whatsoever coming to me. My face was getting red, was swelling up, like I was not getting any air. So because the chunks of the food were stuck in my throat. So I stood up and I wanted to like chug some water because I thought maybe that would make it better. So I stood up and I went to the sink and I want to get some water. And I basically chugged the water, and obviously, as my luck goes, as always, I swallow and it goes down my airway. Amazing. So now, instead of like getting air again, I felt like I was suffocating because now I haven't had a breath of like for like at least 40 to 60 seconds. So I'm like panicking because I have asthma. I cannot hold my breath for long. And I was like getting red as fuck. So then I ran to Dantes because I want a Dantes that I put my arms up and he hits me on the back so I can get my air again, you know? But because I was obviously not talking and I was like coughing, Dantes thought that I was choking. And this, by the way, happened in like seconds. So don't blame me that I didn't explain to him. Like I just opened the door and I couldn't explain anything before he like fucking ripped me around, took his fists and rammed them into my belly. And for you to understand, if you want to do the Heimlich maneuver, you go under the ribs. Basically, it can break your ribs when you do it on someone. That's why that move is very, very dangerous to do. So don't do it at home. But I don't know what his like thought in that moment was, but he just nuked his hands up my vagina, basically onto my uterus. And I was like, dude, what the fuck is happening? So now I could breathe because at that point the water was already out of my airways and I was just in pain. I was in hella pain. I could barely move, dude. And Dantes was like, thought I was dying. I tried to explain to him, Dantes, you basically just fucking nuked me. I'm in a lot of pain. Thanks for that. Then the next morning I wake up and my whole face looks like a big hickey. Why, you ask? Because if you're air deprived, the blood vessels in your fucking face pop. Well, my whole face looked like a fucking... someone put their fucking smoocher on my face and sucked the living hell out of me. So since then, my face has been extremely red. It has become a little bit better, especially around my eye area. Like my eye area was swollen red with like little red dots. It has become way, way better. But around this area especially and here, I still have it pretty badly. So don't even mind that. But good news, the base is done. So let's get to baking that shit so it looks fire as fuck. For under eyes, I'm gonna be using the Huda Beauty Sugar Cozy Easy Bake. I only use this under the eyes because I feel like it's not very longevity, but it doesn't have flashback when you take pictures with your phone. While this one, which I use for my whole entire face, the Fenty Beauty Set It Down in Lavender 01, is extremely good longevity, but it does have flashback on the camera. So I basically always use a mix of these two. So yeah, that's what basically happened to me over the last few weeks. It has been a journey. It has been something. Also, on top of that, I've been dealing with some legal issues. So what happened basically is I'm in Canada, currently on a work permit, while I'm on the side applying for a PR, so permanent residency. And I had my work permit last year. I had it for 1 year now, and we reapplied for it. But the way you basically reapply for a work permit is through like AI. So if you like just apply for like a reappliance, it's an AI bot that goes through your applying and then either allows it or it doesn't allow it. But because I don't, in my file it says I don't speak French, I don't have like a financial stability myself, but I'm here through something that's considered spouse sponsoring. And the problem is that those are two different informations, because the spouse sponsoring basically is only needed for the PR appliance, like me applying for that, but it's not needed for the work permit. But for the work permit, you do need to speak French. I don't. So basically, when the AI looked at me applying for a work permit, they were like, oh, she doesn't speak French, so she can't be allowed working here. So my lawyer that basically does all my stuff was like, yeah, the AI made a mistake and we have to reapply, but that can literally take up to multiple months before they allow it. And I'm like, dude, like I have places to go. Like I cannot sit here in Canada and not be able to like travel to like see my family, etc., especially because I already had like things planned. As an example, the Dokomi in Germany, which I already couldn't go to because I didn't get my appliance thingy that went through. So I basically already couldn't go through there and had to like cancel all my stuff to go there. But on top of that, I have like plans trip to Japan and Korea this year, as well as 2 trips to Germany. And I just have no clue what's gonna happen currently. We have been applying, we have talked to some senators and try to get in some contact, especially because Dante's family does know some politicians here. So we're trying to like get some help with that to get that through faster, especially because we are married. So maybe that will help us out a little bit. But for now, I'm basically stuck in Canada without a work permit. I cannot make any money currently. I'm basically just allowed existing here, and it's not the best thing ever. It's not the ideal, but I'm very positive. I'm hopeful that destiny is saying, you know what, maybe this had to happen, so my PR gets applied and like accepted sooner. So yeah, currently we're just waiting on that to go through, and once that is through, hopefully everything else will be done faster. But again, on top of like having all the migraines, that's just another point of like headaches that you're going through that you don't really want to go through. But it is what it is, you know, your girl's gotta go through it, deal with it, and that's that. Yeah, there's just so much happening, to be fair. Like, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I sit here and I'm like, dude, I'm such a like lazy bitch. But then when I think about it, actually so much stuff is happening. So now we continue with bronzer that I look like a ghost. So we're going in with the NYX Wednesday Addams with these 2 colors mixed up. And we're going in with the Korean Roman W Better Than Contour 01 Neutral with only these 2 thingies combined. So yeah, besides all of that, me and Dantes have also started to look at some houses, which obviously is a very long process, because when you buy like a house, right, it's not a, oh, I feel like this house is so good, so let me just buy this house. It's like you need to look into it. A lot of the houses that I really like have a lot of issues because they are old or older, and it's a lot of maintenance, it's a lot of taking care, a lot of financial responsibility, and obviously that's something that you want to make sure it's not a burden anywhere near the next handful of years. So when you buy a house, you want to make sure it's a very stable house. So there have been some houses that we visited, and I could not shit you, these houses, like, I don't know what these people do to their houses, but they neglect them so badly. Like, dude, you have such a gorgeous fucking house and it looks like fucking crack house. Like, I'm so sorry, but it's super bad. Like, as an example, we visited a house, right? And that house, I shit you not, was literally falling apart. Like, the whole foundation was gone. So you had to like basically, the only way to really save the house would have been rip the house down and build a new one. Like, it's crazy. And then they want money for that. Like, are you fucking mental? Like, it's gonna cost me more money ripping it down and rebuilding it than buying that house. Like, it's gonna cost me way more. Like, what are you on? So that has been something. And then there have been some houses, dude, you cannot imagine. In Canada, like, weed is it's like legal, right? So there have been some houses where it's like people have used them to like sell weed. Dude, like, how's that even a thing? You know what I mean? Like, how is that even allowed? So yeah, really, like, we're really digging into all the information. We have some realtors that like take care of us, that go through all these houses with us. They find out all the information about them, and it's a process. I don't think that anytime soon we're gonna find a house, because I think overall me and Dantes have visited, like, I would say like probably like 30 houses until now, and none of them really was like, oh my god, like, we need this house. Like, some of them we were like, oh, it would be nice if it would be this house, but then we would find out like all these things about these houses and we're like, yeah, no, we're not taking it. So then the idea of the house directly like disappeared. But there wasn't a house where we were like, oh, we are willing to like put work in it and like take this house. So we will see where life takes us. There's no rush with it, so we're really just enjoying like seeing different types of houses, different areas. If we want to stay more in the city, if we want to go more outside, if we even want to stay in Montreal or go even further outside into like different parts of Canada. So it has been a very interesting journey, but that's basically everything that has been like happening lately. And it might not sound like a lot to some people, but for me, especially with dealing with my headache and my stuff, it is a lot. Now to my eyebrows, we're using the Benefits brow wax in the color 4.5, and we're using the Sun Newborn eyebrow pencil. This pencil is, I think it's from Japan, and I really like this one. But besides that, I actually miss doing content a lot. I've been kind of like not upset that I can't make content, but like it kind of feels like a withdrawal, you know what I mean? It feels good that I'm feeling low-key better, because like on days like today, I can promise you tomorrow's gonna be a bad day, because usually when I stream or record or make content, I feel like absolute dog shit the next 2 days afterwards. So I really try making a lot out of that one day that I do take to make content, but it's still shitty, you know? So I hope that maybe to the point where I go to Korea and Japan, I do feel better enough to a point where I at least can make vlogs. But I don't think that should be an issue, especially because I'm going on a girls trip to Japan and Korea, because I told Dantes, and praise my husband. My husband is the best man on this planet. I told my husband, I was like, look, like, you know, all my friends, they live in Germany, and I'm like really missing them, and I couldn't go to the Dokumi with them. We don't know what's happening right now, and I really like just miss spending time with them. And they obviously telling me that they're also missing the time with me, and they were very excited. They were literally like asking me the day of, they're like, dude, is there no way that you can make it? I'm like, bitch, I can't leave the country. So my husband, the man he is, told me, you know what? I promised you a trip for the wedding, because me and Dantes, for the people that didn't know, when we got married, we didn't do a honeymoon just because the wedding happened shortly after a Korea trip, and we were so busy with like my family, the guests, the preparations, that we didn't really have time to do content. So after the wedding, we didn't initially wanted to go on like a vacation, because we didn't want to let the people down that support us. So he basically told me, Laura, I'm so sorry that we're not taking a vacation. Which, mind you, I didn't mind. Like, I didn't have an issue with us not going. I was like, dude, I don't care, whatever. Like I don't need a vacation right now. I don't feel like vacation is something that is needed right now. But he felt like kind of like, I guess, not guilty about it, but he felt a little bit like, man, like usually like people that get people that get married usually go on vacation together. So I guess he felt like a little bit off. So he told me back then, like, okay, if there's any point, a trip that you would like to do, I'll cover all the expenses and we go on that trip. It doesn't matter when, where, how long, like you just tell me and I'll make it happen. And we were talking about doing one trip this year, and we were thinking first about doing another trip to the United States to go on a trip to Disney World again. But then like the whole thing with like Trump happened, and we kind of were like, you know what, maybe for me as a foreigner, it might not be the best decision going there right now. So kind of like put that to the side, the thought of going there. But then later on, I was like, you know what, like the last Korea trip was kind of meh, because, okay, I'm not trying to shit talk the Korea trip, because it was still like a good trip and it wasn't like a waste of money. But like in that trip, I'm gonna be honest, like there was a lot of drama for no reason. Like me and Dantes were fighting like a lot before our wedding. Just it wasn't like the wedding jitties. It was more like Dantes prioritized his work a little bit too much, in my opinion, even though it wasn't going that good. And I was more like, oh, we have like wedding appointments we have to go to, and we already made like appointments for it. And he was like, yeah, no, dude, like you have to go to them alone, like I have to work. And I was like, dude, like it's our wedding, you know what I mean? Like, this is not something, oh, we do this every single year, like whatever, I'll just do it. Like, this is our wedding, like it's once in a lifetime. So we kind of like had some arguments there. Obviously, we got to a point of him being on my side, as always. The trip overall was flagged by a lot of negativity, not just because of that, but also there were a lot of girls on the trip. Love all of them. Big shout out to them. I love them. I hold them deeply into my heart. But when you put like women together, it, especially on trips, everyone has a different style of flying. Everyone has a different style of traveling. And I always tell people, because that was told to me by my parents, by Dante's parents, by my grandparents, once you go on a trip with someone, you will find out if they're actually your friend. And it's not because they're not a friend when you're at home, but when you travel, you will realize how different you actually are. And a lot of the girls on the trip were like very different from each other when it came to like traveling. So it was kind of like, they were like crashing, and I was just like, I was kind of like keeping myself away from it. And then some of the people were like hanging on to me because I was like kind of keeping my distance. They wanted to keep their distance, but then it came over as we were ignorant. Like, it was just a lot. Let's put it that way. But I still loved the trip. Like, I really, really enjoyed the trip. I look back on it and I'm like, dude, this was a fucking hell of a funny trip. Like, we did so many fun things. I think we could have done more, but the trip already started shitty because like some of the girls got drugged in a club. So it kind of like set the tone for the trip, right? First night, first club, first drug. So it was kind of like, we were planning on going clubbing every night, and then we went clubbing like one single time. And I think after that we went one more time, but we barely stayed. And then the other night they went by themselves, but it was like raining, like pouring. Everyone was soaked and they didn't really stay long. So it was kind of like for 2 weeks, it kind of set the tone for the party scene. But damn, the food was good. The shopping was good. We saw some nice things. Like, I was really happy. Maybe it's just me. I really enjoyed it though. Continuing to my eyes, guys, we're gonna go in with this skinny Annabelle. This is from Pharmacy here in Canada. It's a brown eyeliner, and we're gonna go in with these Mafcan brown lash clusters. They're basically doll lashes, but just in brown. And my eyelash map is basically, I go 14, 12, 16, 12. The numbers are on the side if you don't know what that means. And for the glue, I just use the glue they gave me with it. Like, I don't buy an extra glue. I just take the one they give me. Sometimes it's this one, sometimes it's a different one. Don't really care. It works if it works. And I'm not gonna use any eyeshadow, so that's on that. But yeah, so besides that trip was kind of like all over the place. So I was like, you know what, I really want to go on another trip with my friends, because like, okay, I enjoyed being around my girlies, because like Dantes, love that man so much, baby, I love you so much. But Dantes is the most nonchalant guy ever. Like, he's nonchalant without even knowing that he's nonchalant. He's like a guy, like, as example, when I told him that I got a tattoo of his name, he was like, oh cool, that's cool. When I basically told him like yes to marrying me, he was like, nice, that's cool. And it's not that he's not happy. I know that he's happy, but he's so like, so nonchalant about it, you know what I mean? And even when I told him, like, on our wedding day, I changed, like, the whole wedding was basically just the whole debacle. Is that even an English word? I don't think it's a German word. But it was like a whole fest just for his family and his religion, which for me, my wedding day, let's not talk about it. It was whatever it was. Did I enjoy it? We won't talk about it, but it was more like for Dante's traditions, Dante's family, for them to feel good, and I just went along with it. And the only thing that I decided, except like the decor, because Dantes has no clue about decor, was the song we danced to. And basically the song we danced to was supposed to be my favorite song, but because I was like, damn, like, it's not even my favorite song. Like, I changed music so much. I don't really have a one song where I'm like, oh, I will always remember this. But I know that Dantes has a song that he loves more than anything, which is the song from Phantom of the Opera. So I told the DJs to change our first dance to that song. And while we were dancing, he didn't even acknowledge it. So at some point I went up to him at night and I was like, you realize that I changed the song? He was like, yeah. And I'm like, so why didn't you say anything about it? And he was like, I don't know, it was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, he's very nonchalant about things. So for me, if I go on a trip that's like designed for me, by me, it's a bit hard for Dantes to be very excited about it, because my trips usually look like spending money and eating food. And dude, am I a big eater? Bitch, you don't understand. Me going eating in a different country is like winning the lottery for me. Bitch, I love it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a bitch that can eat. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn, like, am I really gonna go to Japan that's like anime, Sanrio, like all these cute things, fashion, and have only done this with me? Like, I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, and he's gonna be like, on Discord. So that's, I told him, let's go on this trip together, whatever. And he comes to me and he's like, is it okay for you if I stream on the trip? I was like, no. So then he was kind of upset and I was like, damn, now I feel bad. Like, I know this is like a trip that it was gifted to me and it should be the way I want it to be, but I don't want someone to like, it doesn't matter if it's my husband, a friend, a stranger. Like, I don't want the trip to be shitty for him. So I was like, okay, how about I take my friends with me on the trip and you take your friends or your streamer companions or whoever you want to take with you, your brother, whoever, also on the trip, so you can stream with them. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want to do and I can be happy. So he was like, that's a great idea. You do great things, my woman. And I was like, so basically I called up my girls and I was like, girl, all-inclusive trip, you two, Anna, Lara, come with me. Bitch, I'm paying for everything. Just come with me, please. And they were like, say less. Fuck work. So basically we're going on a trip. We're basically planning it right now. We already have like a time frame where we're gonna go, but you know, we gotta make sure that it like fits. When the boot fits, the boot fits. So we're doing that right now. So I will have further information probably in the next couple of videos coming. But I'm very excited. I'm very, it's gonna be cool. And obviously I'm gonna do more giveaways. By the way, for the last Korea trip, the giveaways, I have been sending them out recently. So if your stuff from the giveaway hasn't arrived yet, it will arrive or like will be sent out soon. So hold me by that word. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. So that's one good thing. But now we shut up because I can't do eyeliner if I talk. Also, cool, my whole finger's fucking brown. That's done. It looks a bit ratchet right now, but let's put these on and then we can continue yapping. So this is what it looks like when you have 14, 12, 16, and 12. I don't know, I just like that there's like a peak at the top because I feel like it makes my eye look so much bigger and brighter. I will be putting some eyeshadow at the bottom, but I won't be doing more than that. So let's put the ceiling on top of this once I did the other side, so this does not budge. Also, I am so sorry if you now hear outside, but I'm gonna be honest, it is so hot here in Canada currently, especially because I don't have an AC unit that I have to like keep all the windows open, because if not, my brain literally will spill out. So now my lashes are done. So now I have to put the seal on so they don't budge. Okay, let's fast do my under eyes. And I'm going in with the Korean Lily Eye Red, I think that's the name, in 03 palette from Korea. And I'm just gonna go in with the darkest color and just smudge it a little bit down there just to give like a cute little, I don't even know, do I have my pencil here? I do. I'm so sorry, by the way, that I low-key go non-verbal when I do my eye makeup, but like when it comes to eye makeup, I always feel like once I like misdo it, I literally want to just rip off all my makeup. Dude, my cats are meowing so hard. They have been like not leaving me alone since I've like been spending so much time with them. It is insanity. And this is what my eye makeup looks like. For my blush, I'm gonna be using this Flower Nose Classic Ballet in 03, as you can see, one of my favorites. And the Dior Backstage Rose Glow in 006 Berry, and this one smells literally like berries. So besides all of that, I really miss my family, guys. I haven't seen them in so long. Last time I saw them was in December, so I do really miss them. I was supposed to like see them when I went to the Dokumi, but obviously I couldn't. So right now it's really just a thing of them wanting to see me wanting to see them, and us just trying to figure out when is the next time that I'm gonna see them, because usually I see them like twice a year minimum. So we will see when I will be seeing them again. But everyone is doing okay. My grandma's not doing the best, sadly. She had to get eye surgery. So obviously I'm very concerned. I really badly want to see her, but that has to wait until I'm able to leave the country. So last but not least, for highlighter, I'm gonna be using this Flower Nose Swan Ballet Series 6-color makeup palette in 01 Swan. And I'm gonna be using this beautiful glitter. Like, just look at this. Oh, stunning. And for my nose tip, I'm gonna be using this Flower Nose glitter. This is called, I can't even read it, to be honest. I just know it's Flower Nose, but it's Chinese, so I can't read it. I'm sorry, but this is what it looks like. So if you want to take a screenshot and do Google reverse image search, and maybe you'll find it then. So yeah, my grandma said he's not doing the best, but we talk a lot, so that's one thing. Also, since I've been like taking more time for myself, I've been having the best time with my family. Like, I've been talking so much to them, to my brother. Like, he's starting to do like web design, so if you ever need someone to do like a website for you guys, hit me up. My brother does that stuff and he's pretty good at it, and he also has his restaurant. So if you guys want to see my brother, he has a restaurant in Berlin. He's probably gonna see this video, so if he comments the name of his restaurant, I'll pin the message down below. But yeah, he's like putting a lot of work in that as well, so good for him managing that. So now let's put some little dots on my face with the eyeliner that before, just to enhance my already existing beauty marks. Yeah, okay, masala. Okay, let's do my lips, guys. So first, I'm gonna go in with Laneige Berry Lip Balm. Then I will be using a mixture of this Fenty Beauty kind of like pinkish one and this MAC one. So the Fenty Beauty is called Thugs Blush 2 in 02, and the MAC one, I sadly cannot read what color it is. The only thing I can read is A24, so maybe that's the color, because like everything is rubbed off. And then I'm topping it off with the NYX Minecraft Red Stone Lip Gloss Balm. Basically, that's everything that has happened to me lately. Also, a lot of new connections that I've built over the last couple of days and like strengthened. So as an example, I'm actually going to visit a hairstylist in Japan that I kind of befriended. I'm going to visit 2 tattoo people in Japan that I'm really good friends with now, and on top of that, I will also be visiting some people in Korea, 2 people actually, that are content creators that I'm kind of like pretty good with. So I'm very excited for that, and just a lot of life changes right now. Let's see where life brings us. This year is a year of changes, which doesn't have to be negative, right? Changes can be interpreted as negative, but also depending on how you take change as something good. So I'm trying to be very positive about things, and yeah, just trying my best to kind of be positive and take it day by day. And like as an example, when it comes to streaming, I really do only stream if I feel like physically I'm able to do it, because as an example for this video, like I can walk off screen whenever I want to take a break, right? When with streaming I can't. That's one thing that I really am trying to go into, but at least I'm trying to revive YouTube a little bit, just because I am feeling a little bit better. And it's a little bit easier recording YouTube because I can shut off my monitors. So I have only one monitor on right now where I can like see myself, and obviously my camera, and I also have only one light on. So it's a little bit easier than streaming, and also again, I can take it at my own pace. So you're probably gonna see at least a video a week. Maybe I don't want to overdo myself, and I always do, but maybe I can push that up to two videos a week. But we will see. We will see where it goes. No pressure, no nothing, just enjoying being there in the moment. Yeah, maybe you guys actually can leave me down description like some things, like if you guys as an example have migraines, what helped you guys with it. So maybe that's like also the go-to for me and like the cure for all of this. Okay, last but not least, this time actually we're going in with the Water Glow from Fix. And it's not from Fix, it's from So Natural. It's just called Fix. And my handy dandy ventilator from Korea, which was literally my lifesaver over there because it was so fucking hot. So let's put this on. Okay, so now that my makeup is done. Also, don't see that wrinkle. I don't know what it is. I've had this since I've been like 12 years old. I always have like this one wrinkle on my forehead. I don't know, maybe I do this too much. But I'm gonna do my hair nicely now and put on a nice outfit. And then we're gonna go into the outro. Here we are, guys. Oh my goodness. If you want to shop this dress, by the way, it's from Lacemate. Such a cute baby doll dress. And I don't have a bra on. My titties be looking good. And yes, this is my like everyday makeup I do currently at the moment of time. I really like it. I don't know, it's like kind of cutesy and I really like it. Yes, so thank you guys so much for sticking around and coming by. And also, if you have any like wishes or ideas of like what I could film for you guys, I would more than love to have more ideas from you guys. I know for a fact that everyone wants to see a hair cutting tutorial, but it's just like, it's very hard filming it. I don't know why, because I don't really like cut my hair, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I do this and show it. Like, it's just, I maintain a hairstyle. So I would have to like let it grow out like tons for you guys to like be able to recreate it, because my hair, I never let it grow out to a point where it shows like how you cut it if it doesn't look the way it does for me right now. But maybe I'll like figure something out. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming by for this like baby doll look. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a comment, a hate comment, subscribe and like, and we're gonna see each other hopefully in the next video. So lots of love, guys. Thank you so much for coming by. Hope you all stay healthy and see each other soon, hopefully. Bye bye.